Imagine finding yourself in the middle of a global pandemic with a painful, infected health crisis that everyone tells you requires surgery. For today's guest, that was the reality when her husband, a tough as nails Marine, developed a severe infected cyst on his lower back. With hospitals under strain and a fever already beginning to set in, they found themselves at a crossroads: head to the emergency room for a surgical procedure, or see if the resources they had at home were enough to handle a serious infection. Listen in to hear how this family used the Essential Life book to find a protocol that not only cleared the infection in 2 weeks, but saved them from a long surgical recovery and a costly hospital stay. It's a story about shifting from fear to empowerment and learning how to be your own best advocate when it matters most.
A few years ago, back in COVID time in 2020, my husband came to me with a kind of a sore spot on his lower back. And he had had some issues with that in the past in that area. And he had actually even seen a doctor at a regular checkup. And they said, at some point you're going to need to come in and have surgery, because that's really the only way to fix this, is to cut into the area and remove some of the glands and things that are kind of getting infected and kind of acting up, and then maybe do some hair removal, whatever, in this area so that it wouldn't keep getting infected. And of course, during that time of COVID, nobody knew anything. And the last place I think you wanted to get to was a hospital to be treated for anything, let alone something that was fairly routine and maybe not that serious. And so he said, "What should I do?" And I said, "Well, we have a lot of resources at home. We have this book, we have essential oils, we have a lot of things, but it's your body. And so if you feel like you would like to go to the hospital and go that route, I totally honor that. That's your decision." I said, "But if you're going to be at home and we're going to do this at home, you have to be a good patient," which, if you knew my husband, he's a Marine and he likes to sometimes do things his own way. I said, "You got to do all the things." And I said, it's going to be a lot of things, right? Because with essential oils, it's a different type of medicine. It's not just take something once and then it's over. It's going to be applying and keep going many, many different things. And so he said, "I really do not want to go to the hospital. We have no idea what this COVID thing is, and I don't want to go." And I said, "Okay, so let's do it at home." So we literally went to this book first and looked up the cyst that he had on his back and started researching it and seeing all the things we had at home. And we started applying essential oils. And over the process of about 2 weeks, the cyst came to a head, it came up. The oils helped to kind of get rid of the infection that was there, that was present. And then you could see the inflammation and the swelling and everything going down as it was starting to heal up. But it was really an incredible story. And I know that even my family members were pretty amazed, because this seems like a very clear-cut reason to go to hospital, because there was already infection present and it could have gone and become a greater infection or even gone into your whole body. And he was already starting to get feverish. I mean, had progressed pretty far before we had even started, because we didn't really know the early signs of this. But treating it with essential oils and having the knowledge in this book was really incredible and super empowering. That even things where maybe if you asked a whole crowd of people, they would say, "Oh, you definitely have to go to the hospital. That's really the only way to solve this problem." That there was another way, and really a better way, a cheaper way, and there was no recovery after surgery. And that part can sometimes even be worse than the initial process, from what I've heard from other people. And since then, I've joined a Facebook group to learn more about it and stuff, and almost everybody goes the surgical option. And I posted and said, "Look, this totally worked for us, and here's what we did, here's the protocol and stuff." But I think sometimes people don't always have the information, they don't have the book, and then they don't have sometimes the confidence. But the more times you treat something small, like maybe you have a stomach ache and you pull out your Digest-N and you look that up in your book, and then it works and you're like, "Wow, my stomach was really hurting and now it's feeling so much better." Then the next time there's a problem, you will have more confidence to reach for the book and for the oils again. And that's really what this has been a process of. It's like starting with something small, learning how the oils work, learning how to use them in such a great reference book like this, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in a situation that you're in the middle of COVID and you don't want to go to the hospital. But to me, it's such a testimonial of the oils and the power of the oils and how they work. And of course, now when I reach for them, I'm like, hey, I know they can do X, Y, and Z. They've already done these things. So I know that they can do other things too, and even things more than what we know. So I'm really grateful to have that tool in my toolkit, and for the knowledge and education that's in this book to be able to help guide me.
Isn't it so inspiring to hear how a potentially scary situation turned into such a powerful experience with natural solutions? As our guest shared, confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build by reaching for your oils for the small things until you know, without a doubt, what they are capable of doing for the big things. Before we go, let's look at the key takeaways from this empowerment story. First, consult the book. When faced with a new challenge, the first step is to research the protocol. This family started by looking up cyst in the Essential Life book to see exactly what they had on hand. Second, consistency is key. Unlike a one-time pill, essential oils often require a good patient who is willing to apply them consistently over time to help the body process infection and reduce inflammation. Third, building your confidence. Every time you successfully treat a stomach ache or a minor scrape with essential oils, you are preparing yourself for the moments when you need to act with determination during a crisis. And finally, a better way. Choosing natural protocols can often mean a cheaper path with no surgical recovery time, allowing the body to heal as it was designed to do and giving it the support it needs. If you're ready to stop feeling like an observer in your own healthcare and start feeling more like an expert, we have the tools to help. You can search for cysts, infection, or immune support in the Essential Life app or book to find the same protocols that help this Marine avoid the operating room. We'd love to hear how these tools have empowered your family. Please share your story with us at essentiallife.com/podcast. Until next time, we hope you feel empowered to listen to your body and reach for a natural solution today.